Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-July 2024 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is a look at the past, present, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll pull some oracle cards as well for some additional insight, and that's where Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to refer to the cards on the left is your energy and the cards on the right is the other person's. If you feel like it's the way around your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Grace. So this is actually the major arcana card for your sign. It's usually referred to as the star card in a lot of other decks, but to me this says that you might have gone through a really tough time in the past, and maybe that was when you originally crossed paths with this person, or you might have still been going through your healing process, and for some of you, maybe even when you crossed paths with this person, that might have sparked it for you in some way, or for a smaller percentage of you, it might have even worked vice versa, where maybe you were sparking that healing for them. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the King of Cups. So this is a Scorpio energy here, and to me it says that, if nothing else, they probably saw that you were going through something, so they might have been keeping a distance, so they probably had an interest in you, but they might have, whether directly having knowledge of your situation or just having a feeling that it looked like you were going through something. I feel like this is saying that for a lot of you, they knew that there was something that was going on with you, that you weren't necessarily ready for anything as far as an emotional connection, so I feel like this is saying that they were observing you, trying to figure out, when that timing would be, but not directly coming forward toward you. Alright, present energy on your side, we have the Six of Staves. So this looks like you're definitely fully out of that energy of going through that rougher situation. Now it looks like your confidence is restored, right? You're feeling a lot more sure of yourself moving forward. And it looks like in doing so, you will be approaching this person in the present. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I do have to say, looking at that card here and looking ahead to what's in future position, it looks like this could be leading to a potential messy situation here. And the reason I say that is because the Seven of Pentacles usually could point to when a person's in a situation that they've been in for a while and they're feeling a little bit disappointed and they're on the fence about if they want to continue on that path or not. And I do have to say that in the context of this situation, I feel like this is saying that what it could be for some of you with this person is that they might have been in a relationship that they weren't necessarily happy with, but at the same time, they're still somewhat in the connection, right? But at the same time, they were hoping for you to come around. So now, it looks like by you coming around, now they're like, okay, maybe I need to go break off this other situation with the other person, right? So that's what I'm saying. It looks like it could get a little messy here. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Ten of Arrows. So this is actually Gemini energy here, but of course this can point to endings at times, and the artwork in this deck is a little bit more unique as far as the Ten of Arrows energy, because it always sticks out to me how we see the nine arrows in one direction pointing downward, and then we see the one arrow separate from those pointing in the direction of the cards in the side, really. So some of you, this could just be saying that maybe there's a lot of worry and anxiety on your part around the situation, but you do address it with them. So that could be what that one arrow pointing in their direction is. So yeah, at the very least, it looks like it's saying that there could be a difficult conversation coming up between the two of you in the future, which in a way makes sense astrologically speaking as well, because we are going to have Mercury retrograde starting up soon. Initially, it's going to start in Virgo, but it will backtrack into your opposite sign of relationships. So in that regard, the timing would work out with that as well. And future energy on their side, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, this was what I was talking about earlier when taking the reading in its totality. If you get this to focus, there we go. To me, this says that what's most likely the case for a lot of you if this situation even resonates with your situation at all. Of course, maybe for some of you, this seems like it could be one of those that's unique enough to where it's probably only going to really resonate with a smaller group of you, but seems pretty specific. But I feel like this is saying that for some of you, there just might not have been an awareness on your part that there was another person in the picture, right? So, like I said, maybe this person had interest in you. So, to be fair, I don't think they were directly pursuing you in the past because they saw you were going through something difficult, right? But I feel like the gap there, though, was when you are going to be talking with this person, they might not let you know that, oh, by the way, I'm in another relationship that I'm going to leave, right? So, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's definitely a tricky situation from what I'm seeing here because it does look like they genuinely, most likely, weren't happy in the connection, so they did want to leave it. But that's always kind of crappy, right? When someone's in a relationship that they know deep down they're not really fully in it, and then all of a sudden, the second a better opportunity comes along, they like toss it aside, you know. So, and I feel like that might rub you the wrong way as well. So maybe that could be why it looks like there's some potential conflict coming up in the future. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for some of you. And then here's where it gets interesting again. Bottom of the deck, on your side, we have Triumph. And Triumph is, well, it's the equivalent of the World card in traditional tarot. And usually the World card points to successful karmic completions and everything. But with the artwork in this deck, right, it looks like the two people are clearly together. So to me, this says that for some of you, if we think of the World card in a more traditional sense, it could just be saying that, you know, you learn your lesson from this situation, like, yeah, I don't want any parts of this. But for others of you, it could just be saying that, okay, yeah, the timing was really crappy and the way they, you know, might have withheld that, hey, I still have to get out of this other connection wasn't ideal, but ultimately, if the love is strong enough, then the two of you might still move forward with it. And then, bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, yes, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they really probably did have genuine feelings for you, right? So, and again, like I said, it looks like they saw you were going through something, they had an interest in you. But again, like I said, where it gets a little bit muddy is, like I said, it seems like they most likely were still sticking around in a relationship they weren't unhappy with. And then, okay, when the door finally opened with you, they're like, all right, well, let me toss this connection aside. But I feel like where the main problem lies is that I don't think they ever mentioned to you, hey, there's this other relationship that I need to get out of before I could pursue this with you, right? So that's where it looks like it's a little tricky primarily, but we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the messages of the Oracle card deck. That's going to pull a single card from this deck. All right, so yeah, no cards are coming up. So what I'll do is I'll actually just put the deck down and just give me a few seconds to tune in, and we'll just actually pull a card, all right? Okay, we'll take this one, and let me get this out of the way. All right, and next we'll pull a card from the Wisdom Oracle deck. Same situation as looking for a single card here as well, and then we'll read the messages from both cards and wrap the reading up with that. And got one there. All right, so from the messages of love, we have, okay, Leap of Faith. It says it's safe to make the move you're considering, right? So that's interesting, right? Because for this person, energy on the right side, it looks like that would be leaving the ever connection behind, right? That clearly says it looks like they're not happy with, but again, it looks like they definitely might fumble the timing of that at the very least. But then for you, maybe that's what's encouraging you in the present to move forward toward them. Now, and if that's the case, I feel like this message doesn't align as well with the energy on the left side, which is for most of you going to be your energy because, like I said, it looks like they still have some things that they need to fix before you guys can get things off the ground. But we'll see what the Wisdom Oracle says. All right, and we have Orphaned. There's the artwork, and the number is 5. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you may long for support, but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you, and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So yeah, interestingly enough, I feel like that message resonates more for the person on this side as well. Again, like I said, I will say, given the major arcana cards in the mix on the bottom of the deck on both of your sides and everything, it does seem like there truly is the genuine desire for you from this person and desire to build a connection with you. But again, like I said, it seems like where they're screwing up is it looks like they were just in a situation that they weren't happy with. But instead of leaving it, right, they just stayed in it. And then the second the opportunity opened up with you, then they would go to toss that ever connection aside. So I don't know. Seems a little bit muddy from the more moral side of things, but interesting reading nonetheless. Like I said, for a majority of you, probably this won't even relate. It would just be for a smaller group of you where this is your story. But if it is your story, hopefully it resonated and you got something from it. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.